Season 3 of Go Battle League is officially underway. We're continuing our Road to Rank 10 series here on the channel. I was able to hit Rank 10 in preseason as well as in Season 1 of Go Battle League. I stalled out in Rank 9 in Season 2. I think the main difference between my performance in preseason and Season 1 as compared to Season 2 was that I battled way less in Season 2. I went on vacation, had some family things come up, and as a result, I was not doing my daily set of matches. And what occurred as a result was that I didn't get enough rating necessary to make it into the top ranks, into that rank 10 push. I was about 150 battles shy of where I was at the same time when Season 1 ended, for example. As a result, my takeaway recommendation to you, trainers, if you're striving for that rank 10 push, or if you've made it to rank 8 and you want to hit rank 9 this time around, I would recommend doing your battles as often as possible. That's one, going to give you more practice, two, enable you to better understand what the meta in each respective tier of Go Battle League looks like, and then three, it's going to give you more opportunities to gain that rating, which is very important in Go Battle League and how the system operates. As far as my team for the start of Season 3 of Go Battle League, PvPoke.com puts out a simulation tool that ranks both performance of individual Pokemon as well as recommended teams in its battle simulators. So I thought I would test that top-rated team out. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, trainers. My name is Oro Chris. I am your catching coach. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping out. If you are interested in Pokemon Go, competitive PvP, and basically anything Pokemon related, consider subscribing. Now, as far as the recommended team is concerned, the folks over at PvPoke.com, if you're not following PvPoke.com on Twitter, be sure to do that. I'll put a link in the description down below, as well as make sure that you check out the site. They've got individual ratings for each of the Go Battle League tiers, whether that be Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. But moreover, it also has ratings and rankings rather for Pokemon in the Premier Cup, both in Ultra League and Master League. So if you're not familiar with those particular metas, if you're trying to understand what PvP looks like, because even though a certain Pokemon might be at a certain CP for the threshold, and you're thinking, oh, this has higher CP, so it must be better, that's not always the case. There are certain Pokemon that just perform better in the Go Battle League, in trainer battles generally, and checking out PvPoke will help you to understand what those are. Now, what this infographic is covering, this was again developed by the folks over at PvPoke.com. At PvPoke.com, you've got what we've used on the channel a number of times, the battle simulations, where you can put in a Imaginary battle with Lapras versus Giratina, and it will make battle decisions for those two particular Pokemon and determine here's how much energy a Surf will use, and shield baiting decisions, things like that, and they'll say Giratina will win with this much HP or whatever. What this is testing is the training battles, which is a separate section of the PvPoke website. Here, for training battles on PvPoke.com, you go in and you are making the individual real-time battle decisions in a simulated match. You put in the three Pokemon that you want to use. You can either pre-select what the opponent will be using, or you can have the computer, the training battle simulator, pick a random team or a meta team, whatever. There are different difficulty ratings, so you can say I'm a novice trainer against another novice trainer. Here's how it will go. But you're sitting there and hitting tap, deciding what decisions as far as shielding is concerned, what charge moves to use. It's you, the trainer, making the decisions in those training battles. What this infographic does is it pulls together what are the results of all of those simulated training battles in the training battles section. So if you, me, and other trainers within the Go Battle League meta, if we all go in there and are using this particular feature, PvPoke can then collate what Pokemon are being used more often, which Pokemon are performing better in training battle scenarios and things of that sort. And this infographic puts together what the results of all of those simulated battles are. So we can see here top performers on the training battles on PvPoke.com. We've got Deoxys Defense Form, Tropius, Registeel, and what these top performers indicate to us is that the training battles seem to mirror the Go Battle League meta, because we know how good Deoxys Defense Form is, we know how good Tropius is, and Registeel and things of that sort. When I thought for the first set of battles for this season of Go Battle League, I would test out what the top ranked team is on the Training Battles Simulations infographic, that being Shadow Machamp, Cresselia, and Registeel. I was able to use Shadow Machamp because at GoFest this past weekend, there was the Team Go Rocket takeover where you're able to get more Shadow Pokemon and we could TM away Frustration. Frustration is the move that typically when you catch a Shadow Pokemon, it has. You need to be under a special scenario as far as a Team Go Rocket encounter in order to TM that away. Otherwise, you're stuck with that particular charge move. But I had one from this weekend, so I thought I would test it out. Here it's got a battle ranking for that team of 547. 500 indicates that it's an even tie against opponents. 547 indicates that this team is winning more often than not in the simulated battles. Now, one matter of housekeeping before we get into the video. What I do is I screen record my matches and then I put them into iMovie on my iPhone and then edit them into a miniature video, and then I do voiceover or playback commentary over that video. It appears in iMovie it misordered what my matches were. So if I misspeak during the course of the commentary about these matches, 1, you'll forgive me, and then 2, during the course of the first set of battles, I misclicked on my team selection and picked a different set of Pokemon. So we're going to not cover that. We're only going to be having 4 matches covered using Shadow Machamp, Cresselia, and Registeel. So let's see whether or not the simulated top performing team matches up to my in real life performance. So again, we are here in the Great League in Go Battle League Season 1. First set of matches, we're running Shadow Machamp, Cresselia, and Registeel. Cresselia and Registeel, super solid picks in prior iterations of Go Battle League in prior seasons. Shadow Machamp, a newer addition to the Great League meta. And we've got a great matchup first leading out. Very likely this is going to be I thought that was Galarian Stunfisk. So Unova and Stunfisk, not as solid of a matchup against Shadow Machamp. The reason being Galarian Stunfisk has a steel typing, which is going to be taking super effective damage from fighting type moves. Here, Unova and Stunfisk is only a ground and electric type. So as a result, not going to be as poorly matched up against a fighting type like Machamp. We do pull out the win in that first lead position. They swap in to Azumarill, and we lead with Registeel. Now, a new Pokemon, again, in the Great League meta, you're going to be seeing potentially a lot of the Community Day move for Beedrill, that being Drill Run. Previously, before Community Day and the addition of Drill Run into Beedrill's moveset, virtually no one, was running Beedrill in the Great League. I will let you know, it does have a Mega Evolution possible, so you do want to keep an eye out for good Weedle in the near future. Mega Evolutions will be coming here sometime in 2020, so keep your eyes out for that. We are going to launch that shield, protect ourselves from the Drill Run, and we're kind of in a tough spot because a poison and bug type Pokemon is going to double resist the fighting type moves of Machamp. It's going to, if it has access to X-Scissor, going to be hitting for super effective damage into Cresselia. So I elect to go with Cresselia because I wasn't sure how much HP I had left on the Machamp. That's one thing that you should try to keep track of, but I think in the moment I lost track of it. Now I'm running Grass Knot on this particular Cresselia. The reason being Grass Knot is, I think, higher ranked and more preferred in the Great League meta. In the Ultra League, I think the simulations fare out that you're better off using Moonblast and Future Sight. But if you start to see in your particular meta of the Ultra League a lot of water types, then potentially consider switching to Grass Knot. Grass Knot is a legacy move for Cresselia, so you would either need to invest in and power up a second Cresselia, or you would need to use an Elite TM for that. I would not recommend swapping back and forth from Grass Knot. If you're going to put it on, keep it on. So we are able to pull out that matchup. The Grass Knot into that Azumarill was going to be a tough situation for the opposing trainer. So here we have got Shadow Machamp into Skarmory. Now, I was not familiar with the matchups. This is a lesson from the battle mechanics. Be sure that you are familiar with your particular team. I'm just testing this team out for the first time, one, because I'm a content creator and I like to try new things. It's kind of interesting. But what that means is that I'm not as familiar with the matchups. I just looked at the simulations. Because of the added damage that Shadow Machamp does against the steel typing of Skarmory, it actually can win in the one shield versus Skarmory. I was thinking, oh goodness, a Shadow Pokemon that has reduced defenses, that's going to be taking super effective damage from fly type moves, I need to get out of here. But I would have been better served by staying in that matchup, one shield invested, and I would have come out of that in the lead position with switch advantage. So I swapped into Registeel. They counter swap into a tough matchup. This team clearly hates steel types because they've got Toxicroak and then they had Wishcash in the back. I've got Grass Knot. They're, I think, assuming that I'm not going to be going with the Grass Knot because they do not shield. And then we nearly fainted down just on the Psycho Cuts. Even if this is a Blizzard, the tankiness of Cresselia, we're going to be more than well off. But I decide to shield just in the off chance that it is in fact a Blizzard. Wanted to keep as much health on Cresselia as possible to have something to answer this Skarmory. Had I kept that shield and had Machamp to rely upon, I would have been in a better situation as far as the Skarmory matchup as we just discussed. So here, Grass Knot as a grass type move is going to be resisted by steel typing, it's going to be resisted by flying typing, so Skarmory is going to have immunity tier resistance to grass type moves, so you definitely don't want to be using Grass Knot against a Skarmory. If you're not familiar with the various levels of type effectiveness and how different damage multipliers work in Pokemon Go, we did a video covering that on the Battle Mechanics series. I'll put a link up to that up above. Be sure to check that out. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get to another Moonblast, so I do elect to try to go with the Grass Knot here to save this last matchup. Double resisted damage is better than no damage at all, but sadly we're not able to get to it. We do go down in that second match. So next up we have Durchuckster here, leading off with a Lapras. So a very solid lead for us. Going to be as an ice type, taking super effective damage from the fighting type moves of Machamp. Cross Chop, going to be faster charging and have that stab bonus, same type attack bonus. The opposing trainer elects not to shield, and it appears that this is probably someone, no offense to Durchuckster, but probably someone not familiar with the meta of Go Battle League, because we have now got a Grovyle, not a common pick. Lapras, a very solid pick for the Great League, but Grovyle, the pre-evolution of Sceptile, not something you see every day in the Go Battle League. So we are going to get the shield from the opposing trainer, and now I elect to let the Machamp go, and then Cresselia is going to come in. Because steel types would resist grass type moves, probably either of these Pokemon would have been in a fine position. I elected to go with Cresselia because I thought it would be easier to farm down with Psycho Cuts as opposed to lock on with Registeel and get some energy built up for whatever came in the back. And we had another very unique pick, that being Golem. So not the toughest of matchups there. The next one is Alejandro 54812, and they are bringing in a Gligar. A very interesting pick, definitely anti-meta, has probably positive matchups against Pokemon like Deoxys Defense Form, as well as Cresselia, because it's got access to Fury Cutter, going to be charging up energy very quickly, as well as Night Slash, going to be potentially fishing for that attack buff. They elect not to shield there. It's a flying and ground type Pokemon, so it is going to be taking neutral damage from Rock Slide because ground resists rock type attacks. Flying types take super effective from rock type attacks. I went for the bait on the first move, hoping that they would shield. They didn't. Then I elected to go for the Rock Slide there, hoping that they were just going to say I'm zero shielding this thing. So now I'm kind of in a tough position. I do know that Gligar from some Silpharina Cups has access to, I believe it's Dig. I think Gliscor, the evolved form, has Earthquake, and then Gligar has Dig. Ground type moves would be hitting for super effective damage into Registeel, but because I knew I was going to be taking super effective damage from Fury Cutter, a bug type move, as well as Night Slash, I elected to not bring in Cresselia and instead try to farm down with Registeel. I think that they did get the attack boost, so now we're definitely on the back heel here in this matchup. That Fury Cutter, we're going to hope to lock on down, and now they're going to bring in Cresselia, or Azumarill. Going to launch this Flash Cannon. Now again, Flash Cannon recently got the buff this season, going from 65 base energy up to 70. If you're not familiar with how the move shakeup did play out in Season 3 of Go Battle League, there was a move rebalance. We covered that on the most recent video here on the channel. I'll put a link up in the description above. Grass Knot going to be hitting for super effective damage. One of the reasons that in the Great League you're recommended to run Grass Knot is because Azumarill is so common in the Great League as a water type. Going to be taking super effective damage from it. It's also a less expensive charge move, so you're able to get to it more quickly, and as a result use it for more bait potential in those neutral matchups. So now we've got Altaria coming in, shields are down, going to be hitting for super effective damage with Moonblast. We were hoping for the attack debuff, that would have been a big help. We're not going to get it. The Sky Attack is going to wear us down, and we are trying feverishly, it's going to be very close, trying feverishly to get to that Flash Cannon to get the knockout on the Altaria, which we are able to do. So we ended up going 3-1 in that set of battles with the Shadow Machamp, Registeel, and Cresselia. Overall, I think that the team handled pretty well as far as rank 1 matches are concerned. I'm sure that later in Season 3 of Go Battle League, there will be some more challenging matchups for those particular Pokemon. I will say, as far as the matchups for the top Pokemon, some things that you should be aware of. Drifblim, a ghost flying type Pokemon, is going to be taking triple resisted damage from fighting type moves, and Drifblim, because of the buff to Hex, is a Pokemon I would suspect to see a lot of, as well as Abomasnow. Abomasnow, the opposite is true. As an ice type, it's going to be taking super effective damage from fighting type moves from a Pokemon like Shadow Machamp. So potentially, depending on how the meta shakes up, Shadow Machamp could have some play in the Season 3 Go Battle League. Cresselia and Registeel, always awesome, always phenomenal. Always going to be solid picks. If you do not have either of those Pokemon, try to trade for it. Look for those raid rotations to come back. Maybe at Pokemon Go on Twitter. Let them know that that's what you're interested in, because they are super solid picks in the Open Great League for sure. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you for sticking around until the end. And until next time, happy catching.